Matt, that seemed to be a game that had a little bit of everything. How would you assess that result this afternoon?
We started the game really well, got an early goal, but then got dictated to in relation to the play, and rode our luck even before giving away what was unfortunately another needless penalty. So I was actually quite pleased to get in at half-time level, because we could easily have been behind at half-time, and then we showed a few things up, changed the personnel a little bit. I thought we were much better second half. They always had a threat about them, but rarely troubled our goal in that second period, and we just didn't quite get enough of those opportunities. I thought Sam Nombo was outstanding. One of the few bright players in our team today, and I could have probably made more than 2 changes at half time if I was allowed more substitutes. So it shows where we weren't quite right in some areas today. So it's becoming clearer on the back of the home performance against Sutton for the first hour of the game, what I need to do in terms of personnel on the pitch.
There seemed to be 4 penalty incidents really. The one that Walsall weren't given moments before the one they were given. And
that first one, it looked a pen, if I'm being honest with you. Harry Kite is a carbon copy of Harrogate, so we speak about young players, but you learn on the job. You have to learn from that first moment. I've always said he's got fantastic legs, so he doesn't need to dive in. But that was just part of that first half period where we weren't good enough collectively.
And obviously then MJ's penalty just after half, it's one of them, it could bounce down and go over the line.
He looks like he's lost his confidence in terms of penalties, so we as a staff now we've got to change that personnel.
I think the second half, much better performance, and obviously getting the goal, beautiful goal once again. He seems to be scoring really beautiful goals.
He was our constant threat. It was either Sam or no one else today, and that's been honest, and that's no disrespect to Giovanni Brown. He was poor today. Matt Jay poor today. Josh Coley fits in spurts, but we couldn't expect too much in terms of his first performance. I just thought the rest of the group didn't take enough responsibility in relation to that game, and like I say, I've used all 3 substitutes at quite an early stage, which is something we've not done too often, and certainly 2 at half time, so that probably showed my frustration today.
I imagine you're disappointed in the manner of the second goal that we conceded.
Well, it's a good cross and a hell of a header, so give him credit in relation to that, to score from that position against a top quality goalkeeper. That's a really good header, but they probably deserved that on the balance of that first half. Like I say, Cam didn't have too much to do in that second period, but I can't have any complaints in relation to them threatening our goal.
I think it was a game, lots of stoppages, which probably frustrated our flow a little bit as well.
They were obviously getting fatigued towards the end, and killing time, which suggests they were happy in relation to the point, but we can't let opposition teams do that. Like I say, the main crux of it for myself was that half an hour period in the first half. From 10 minutes onwards where we were clearly not good enough. So I'll address those issues, and like I say, the players and myself, we've got to take responsibility, because that's 10 games in and we've drawn too many games. We might have been lucky to come away with a draw today, but we've drawn too many games, and we're better players than what we showed today.
One of the summer acquisitions, Tim Dieng, his record goal scoring season is 4 goals, and he's scored 3 for us already. He seems to be like a really smart signing.
And that's why he's in the team at the moment. He's outstanding in both boxes. I'll still always want more in between the 18-yard boxes, in the middle of the pitch, because I thought they got run around a little bit today. But he's outstanding breaking into the box, because he won the penalty as well. So that's a strong attribute to his game. But collectively we need a little bit more. I want Archie Collins up to speed. He got more game time today, so that's a real plus. And obviously we're missing Kyle and Aurora. So that's personnel, and that's excuses. I think that personnel on the pitch who started the game could have played better today.
And you mentioned Josh Goley, only a short spurt of time on the pitch, but we saw glimpses of his ability, didn't we?
You take a bit of time, take a bit of getting used to. Sometimes hard to throw someone in at half time, but I felt I had to change it. I couldn't let that second half carry on the same as the first half. So really pleased. I think that's his first league appearance, so congratulations to Josh. And he'll only get fitter, stronger and better when he gets more used to our ways. So relatively bright in terms of his game. Got to understand when to control the ball and when to move the ball. But he's going to be a good player for us.
And I imagine Tuesday is an opportunity for players like him and perhaps others that haven't featured as much.
Yeah, but then there's other players who, if I'm making substitutions at half time, some of those players will play today, and I've done that consistently now for a couple of weeks in terms of home games. So some players need a good performance on Tuesday, and that's just another opportunity. My main message to that group today, out of the first 10 league games, probably missed 7 opportunities so far, and you can afford to miss 1 or 2, but not 7, if that makes sense. So in terms of our 3-1 wins, we need to turn that into more.
You mentioned earlier too many draws, but obviously in that 10 games only 1 defeat, so just keep the unbeaten run going.
Yeah. But Sutton the other week we got away with it a little bit. We got away with it a little bit in that first half today, but we put our bodies on the line, so we're resolute when we need to be. But teams are dictating to us a little bit too much, and that might be a personnel, it might be a shape thing. So I'll look to address that this week, and we might try a few different bits and pieces on Tuesday. That's almost a free hit at seeing how personnel can react.